episode of Nussbaum Autohaus. I am your host, David Nussbaum. Today, it is a Saturday afternoon here in Miami, Florida. It's not too hot because it's a little bit overcast, but even with the overcast, it's still absolutely beautiful. You'll see some boaters in the background here, the palm trees. I'll spin around a little bit. You'll see downtown Miami, and then the Kaseya Center, which is formerly known as the AAA, American Airlines Arena, where the Miami Heat play. And then peeking over to my left shoulder, you'll see the 992 GT3 that we're shooting today. I did some wheels for this car that I'll show you in a little bit, and also it has a phenomenal exhaust system. My buddies are in the back doing some photography work. Once they're done there, I'll jump in, I'll do some B-roll footage of how the car looks like with the fitment. Hopefully they'll help me out with some sound clips, that way you guys can hear the exhaust, not only see the underside or the photos that I show you of what the exhaust looks like, because on these cars it's hard to see it once it's installed. But I think you guys are gonna love this one. Let me know what you think in the comment section. All right, so this GT3, it is in PTS Ivory. So Paint-to-Sample Ivory. If you can give it your own unique name, you'd probably call it creamsicle or cream. It's an off-white color. It's a very popular color with Porsche back in the 60s up to the mid-70s. It used to be very popular and very commonly chosen on models like the 356, the first generation 911, all the way up to the 930s. In the mid-70s, Porsche switched it over to Grand Prix white, which is definitely a lot more white than this. This has some yellow hues to it if you see it in person, but it's absolutely stunning. Love, love, love the color, and love what we did with the wheel color as well, which is also very important, plays a vital role into the overall look of the car. For these wheels, HRE Classic 300s, these are the two-piece versions. Back in the day, I would say maybe 5, 6, 7 years ago, HRE only offered these in three-piece configuration. Now, they offer it in two-piece configuration, which is arguably better. And I say that because the two-piece configuration means that you don't have to deal with silicone deteriorating over time, maybe 5 or 10 years down the road, and it leaking air, because it's one singular forged monoblock rim, which they signify or they symbolize as FMR, forged monoblock rim. That makes it more lightweight, makes it more durable than a three-piece version of a barrel, which would be an outer lip silicone to an inner barrel. For the center face, you have a frozen brushed champagne. So these come out of machining, just the center faces. It looks like a regular silver aluminum wheel. Then they're hand brushed, then they're sprayed with the champagne color, which also has a satin clear coat on it. So it's not as shiny as the paint job of the car. I think it looks absolutely perfect, especially with the polished clear lips. Gives it a nice little pop. I think the champagne with the cream is a perfect combination. We could have gone a little bit darker with bronze or a little bit lighter with a gold, but I did some renders for this client and we chose the champagne, and to be honest with you, this was the correct decision for it. The PTS Ivory carries over into the interior of the car. I do have the key on me. Let's unlock this thing. And you have the roll cage also in the Paint-to-Sample Ivory. So for the roll cage, that costs a couple $100, close to $1,000 to paint that roll cage in it. But when you order it for the car, Porsche charges about $13,000 for it. So it's a pricey option, but it makes the car extremely unique. As I mentioned, if you go and search 911 and Ivory on the internet, you'll see a lot of 356s, first generation 911s, 930s. I've seen some 993s, but I had never seen photos of a 991 or a 992 up to this car. Now the 992 with this color is getting a little bit more popular, and I really, really dig it. You have carbon fiber here. You also have carbon fiber galore all the way on the inside. You have the manual transmission, which driving over here from South Miami all the way to downtown Miami was a lot of fun, especially with the GMG full exhaust system that it has. So headers, high flow cats, mufflers, there's no valves, so it's loud all the time, and it sounds absolutely unbelievable. It really evokes a lot of emotion when you're driving it. People look at you, they look next to you, they're like, what's behind me, what's in front of me, what's to the side of me? So if you're trying to be a little bit discreet, this is not the car for you. But if you like to showcase what you have, this is definitely the car for you. I lean more towards the showy type of personality, so this to me is probably the perfect car. I've had my opinion that turbos, 992 turbos, are a little bit of a better daily driver, but when I get back into this and I hear the visceral sound of the GMG exhaust, and I shift my own gears, and I hear and see the reaction from everybody, kids doing car spotter videos and stuff like that, it reminds me that this GT3 although it feels a little bit underpowered with about 500 horsepower versus the turbo 640, this is the model to have in the 911 generation. I absolutely adore this car so much. The only thing that this car is really missing is more carbon fiber. So I've told this to a lot of GT3 and GT3 RS clients. There is a lot of carbon fiber on the car, but there's also a lot of plastic on this car. Right off the bat, you're gonna see it on the side skirt. You're gonna see the front bumper has plastics galore. So there's companies out there like 1016 Industries, AKA 9 Design, which can carbon fiberize or recycle all the plastics that you have and turn everything into carbon fiber. So the hood right now is carbon fiber, the side mirror and the roof, in addition to the interior spots, but then you've got the plastic on the engine cover. You have these uprights that can also be made in carbon fiber, and the end plates in carbon fiber, and the rear diffuser also in carbon fiber. If you're taking a shot for every time I mention carbon fiber in here, you probably are blackout drunk right now. But from a stance perspective, you've got the coilover adjustment, which you can adjust this car in the RS up and down mechanically. That's how you get the stance on this, but 21 by 9.5 in the front for the HREs, 22 by 13 in the back. Absolutely massive, but when they're on the car, it looks perfect. It looks perfectly proportional. These 992s are getting very, very large, or 911s I should say, are getting very, very large in the sizing. So I think that in future generations, I'm hoping, not that I think, but I'm hoping that they make them back a little bit more small, maybe a little bit more lightweight, although I know that's difficult with the safety regulations and hybridization of these cars. But let me know what you think in the comment section. I'll step out of the way so you guys can take a look at the entire side profile. You've got the beautiful gooseneck wing. I mean, there's the nostrils in the front hood. There's so many things that I love about this car. Definitely, after experiencing this today, again, the GT3 is the 911 model to have. Leave a comment, hit the subscribe button, share this channel with your friends. I love making these videos, and I hope you guys love watching them as well. Until next time, be safe.